Greetings once again, everyone. My name is Ayana Campbell, and I'm pleased to present my latest challenge to you. In this project, I'm tasked with implementing a mechanic called Tile Bomb Trap, which was originally designed by my peer, Jonathan Cox. I believe that this mechanic will work well in conjunction with my mechanic, Color Swap. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Let's get started. As you can see, we start the first level with my mechanic, the Color Swap mechanic. Then it moves on to the next level, which has both my mechanic and Jonathan's mechanic together. I try to make sure to mix them up a bit in this level. Okay. As you can see, where you see the blinking tiles are the bomb traps. Okay. The player will have to get past these traps and through my mechanic as well to get to the wind tile. As you can see, if they step on the tile, they automatically die, and the map gets reset right back to where they started. As you see, if you push the box onto the trap blows up with the box, and that means no more trap. And the character can walk through the explosion that happened. And so you have to get through my mechanic to get through there. The character will have to be very careful since the tiles are blinking and it's sometimes hard to see where the tiles are. As you can see, we just died again. And everything goes right back to where it was. You always have to be very careful. See? And they got to the wind tile. The next level, which is the last level, has a little message for the character. Lets them know that this is their last level. They have to get past. Obviously, I tried to make it into like a little maze thing, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted. But I was able to block the entrances to each of the path in the character's way. As you can see, if you're not paying attention as much, you can walk onto a tile, which makes you reset everything. As you can see, that is the last level. Okay, so this is the blueprint to the tile bomb trap. So what I did first to make everything come together, I did follow Jonathan's video of what to do. So at first we did the toggle color event. We made one, a custom one. Then we add that to a delay for it to delay the second for at least the color for a second. Then we moved tile color. The tile we have to make a new variable which is called tile color and put that as the material instance. The material instance will be the color of the tiles themselves, which is the brick color. Um, that's connected to the set material of the plane, which means it sets the plane to the new material that's connected. And then we have the set material connected to the delay, where it delays it for a second before the material can change. And that's also connected to the the set tile color variable, so it can go back to its original color, which is the bomb color I had created for the tile. Okay, then that's connected to another set material which makes everything goes back to its original color. We have that looped around all the way back to the delay again. So it'll be able to like repeat everything on its own. Then we have the on entered, which is connected to the cast. So as you can see, we casted it to the player to check if the player is entering. Um, that's connected to the set as entity player, which promotes the player as a variable. Then that's also connected to the bomb explosion event. The bomb explosion event is the event I made. As you can see, there are other events we had to make in order for everything to come together. So with the bomb explosion event, as you can see, we put the transformation, connected that to the emitter, where that way it'll know the location of those tiles and of what the effect's supposed to look like. As you can see, for the explosion part, I couldn't get an emitter properly, so we left that alone. But I did keep the sound to make it sound like it is an explosion. Um, then we have the replace bomb trap event, which is a bit more different than the other one. For this one, we had to use the variable uh, new tile type, and we had set that to the tile floor. And we connected that to the update tile, which is the parent from the original tile blueprint. And we took that from that, we used that function and connected that to the spawn actor. Then we had to get the actor transformed for the bomb tile and have that connect to the spawn transform pin. As you can see, the new tile of the update is connected to the owner spawn actor pin. Then we have the tile map connected to the tile map pin, which they're supposed to go in their own places, and the neighbors is connected to the neighbor pin. As you can see, we had the tile bomb trap in an array for the tile map of the location, for them to find the location of those tiles, um, just to locate to see where the player is interacting with. As you can see, the find node is connected to the index of the index to coordinator node, which locates the bomb traps coordinator in the map itself. Then that's connected to the coordinator pin of the spawn actor. And that's when it all comes together for to know where the locations is for the tile to act the way it's supposed to act. Then we have the hide player event. This one's a bit more easy to do. As you can see, we have an entity player from the entity player blueprint and have that connected to each part of the player's body parts: head, nose, chest, arm, leg, right arm, left, right leg, and have all of those connected to the toggle visibility target. This is just to show that the player dies. So when the player dies, you don't see the player anymore, and that's when the effects. That's where the effects also come in as well. Then we have destroy box event, which is just the same as the explosion. It's just that there's no sound for this one, and this is just the effect for the box when it gets destroyed. As you can see, I have that for a particle fire explosion right there. And I have all three: location, rotation, and scale of that transform, and connected to the location, rotation, and scale of the emitter at location node. And you can see, to get that, we have to split the pin from the return value of this transform node. Okay. The next one is the player death smoke emitter. I couldn't exactly get the smoke that I wanted, so I just used the 3D particle part where it just looks like the players just blew into pieces. I also did the same thing. It's the same thing with the um, box event and the bomb explosion. Split the return value pin. You got the location, rotation, and scale, and connected those to the rotation, and scale as well. And that's how you get the effect that you wanted for the box. I mean, for the player's desk. Okay, as you can see, once all that's come together, you connect the set entity node to the bomb explosion. This caused the event to trigger explosion, which includes the particle effect and the explosion sound. Like I said, since I don't have the explosion effect, we only have the sound only. We connected that to the sound of their death, plays the character's death sound. That way you can tell that the character did die. Then we have that connected to the hide player event, where it just basically calls the event to hide the player pawn, showing that the player died and you can't see them no more until they reset. And that's connected to the player death smoke. So like I said, I couldn't get the smoke part properly, so we just have them blown into pieces instead. So that effects takes place once the character dies instantly and disappears. And that's connected to the delay. We have it down delayed for at least 3 seconds. So it could play the sound and the effect all at the time. Since the sound is 3 seconds long, that's why I put it down for 3 seconds long. And the completed of that delay is connected to the cast to the tile game mode and the reset map event and the get game mode. These all connected together is for to let them know that it's casting to the game, and once the player dies, it has to reset the map, reset everything that's going on, like their health and stuff like that. Okay. Once that's done, we have the failed of the cast entity player connected to the bomb explosion. This one caused the event for when the box is pushed onto the tile. So that means when the box is pushed onto the tile, the box gets destroyed along with the tile. As you can see, the bomb explosion is connected to the sound, which we have it for it to sound like what it sounds like when the character is pushing the box. It's like a little punch sound we have put down. Then we have that connected to the delay for at least a second. So it delays the box to allow breaking sound to start playing. Once that's done, we have the completed connected to the destroy box, which calls the event to destroy the box itself and plays the particle effect for destruction. Then we have that connected to the destroy actor, and the target of the destroy actor is connected to the current entity, which destroys the entire box itself once it touches the tile. Then that's connected to the replace bomb trap, calls the event to replace the bomb trap with the floor tile. That way, once the box blows up with the tile, it goes back to being a regular tile. Okay. And that is how everything is all connected. Another thing I went to the entity player and we added the sound for walking. So we have a sound playing for walking, which I had to find the effect of that sound first. I connected the player movement when they're moving forward, backward, right, and left, and have all that connected to the sound. So once the player starts moving, you'll be able to hear the walking sound as well. Okay. Thank you for your time.